Tico Torres from Bon Jovi. Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. People are used to seeing you behind the drums on stage, bringing the beat to the bon, you could say. But I've noticed in the past, anyway, on stage, when you're playing behind the drums, you're actually inside a kind of glass box, and I'm thinking to myself, what's he done wrong? Has he upset John? Has he got a bad immune system? Or what was
Years ago, I was centered in the middle, and because I hit the drums pretty hard, the bleeding from the microphones was bleeding of my drums was going into John's microphone when he wasn't in front of it. But now we figured out being off center, we got rid of that stuff. It was awesome when you played outside and it was freezing because it breaks the wind a little bit.
So there was a technical reason your immune system.
There was a technical reason, yeah. It was, and I never really liked it, so I'm glad to be where I'm at right now, a little bit off center.
I'd say I'm surprised to see you out of the box because, like I said, I'd gotten so used to you being in that glass box. But
I had enough of the box. I got rid of it. It's in the garbage, by the way.
I wouldn't be surprised to see you on a golf course because that's a pretty big hobby of yours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my favorite sport, as a matter of fact. It was turned on years ago by Willie Nelson, and we've been playing ever since. I've been going to the Dunhill Championship for 14 years in a row.
Really?
Playing Scotland and all the links courses, and it's been fun.
So Willie Nelson, he taught you how to play golf?
Yeah, he got me involved. We were over at his house, and said he owned a golf course at the time, 9-hole golf course. He says, "You want to come out and play?" And we did. 7 iron and a putter. And I thought, this is not bad walking around in the countryside with an icon, hitting this little white ball.
That's pretty cool.
And I got hooked, as many people do, to the game.
Yeah, so Willie's kind of like your golfing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He certainly is. He's my mentor, without a doubt.
Yeah, before every difficult shot that you reach out to him with the force and for guidance.
I think I've cursed Willie a few times. It's funny when I see him, he goes, "Don't get mad at me." That's great.
Well, I noticed that he's actually described golf as not being just a game, but it's an addiction. Is that
it's
how
an
you
addiction,
feel
but
as
it's a
well?
way of life. I mean, the game has a serious amount of integrity, which, when you're by yourself hitting out of a bad area, a lot of people, you could see really where it's at because the integrity is you play that ball where it lies. If you want to cheat, you can, but it's the cool thing is it's up to you and the individual to keep that integrity.
Yeah, it's a healthy addiction to have it as well.
It's a healthy addiction, and that's why I used to love going. You see a lot in north of England and Scotland and stuff, and where kids are going from school with the little right straight with their kit and going right to the links, and I think that's great for youngsters, growing up.
Yeah, and you personally, you don't just play for fun. You do enter tournaments as well, as you mentioned.
I enter tournaments. I've been all over the world, but my favorite one is the Dunhill Championship, and through that I've met some of the best golfers in the world and played with them. And I started in a thing called where I casted all the major winners, and I donated them to the Golf Museum in St. Andrews. So you can go there and see everybody's hands, from Jack Nicklaus to Gary Player to Nick Price to Seve Ballesteros. And you're allowed to touch them and everything like that.
So for you as an artist and a golf fan, that must be pretty cool.
That's where the art comes in.
Yeah. And you've actually played with Tiger Woods. Now, there's a silly little rumour flying around at the moment, but isn't he supposed to be quite good?
Yeah, he is very good. I mean, it's like, I think you'd be incredible if you started 3 years old. And man, the man is a genius on the course.
What was it like playing with him then?
That was great. I mean, I'm a +7 on the drums, so I have that to back me up.
Yeah. You're good at drumming. I've heard he's rubbish, so at least you've got that one.
Exactly. So we're on even ground. Now, it was a lot of fun. Real gentleman. He wanted to help me with my swing, and I said, "No, thank you. I have enough thoughts in my head. I don't need another one." So I'm probably the only guy to ever turn him down for a lesson.
Now, golf and drumming, do they have anything in common?
Well, according to Tiger, I have to think of more things than he does. He says, I think of 11. He says, you have to think of too many. Like anything, you have to love it. You have to enjoy it. You have to be creative. In music, you have to be creative, obviously, and it changes second by second. Nothing's ever the same. Even if you do the same song every day, it will change. It's feeling and atmosphere. And golf is the same thing. There's weather, there's the elements of the way you feel, there's the lies, and a bunch of things, variables that get involved, and it does change. So the whole thing, being creative to get out of a situation is the challenge, I think, in golf as well as music.
And essentially, you're hitting something with a stick, I suppose.
Which is pretty good. I mean, something that started
good
500
feeling.
years ago, I guess. They call them irons. I think they put their swords down and decided to go on to the links and deal with it.
Now, you've won a Grammy, but would you ever trade it in for one of those lovely green jackets, you know, that you get if you win the US Open? Would you ever consider that?
Well, since I won the Grammy already, I wouldn't mind a green jacket. No,
Or would you swap it, Tico? That's the question.
Would I swap it? No, a green jacket has to be earned. And I am nowhere near as prolific, not even if I dream about it, to be wearing one of those. The gentlemen that win those truly work hard for them. And it's like, same as a musician in Bon Jovi in our situation, we worked all our life to get that. And whatever gifts have been given to us as prizes and accolades, we've worked hard for it. So the same thing with the golfers.
Yeah,
they deserve them.
And I suppose a green jacket, you just go down your local high street and find one. Where's the best place in the world for you to play golf?
You know what? There's so many great places to play golf, but I found it very interesting in South Africa playing. As I was chipping onto a green, two beautiful giraffes were walking behind me. And I go, and that's just something you don't see.
That's got an eye to
where
it,
I come from.
And after you finish touring the circle, will you be able to go off and play golf, or will John be cracking his musical whip again?
No, I plan to take a nice hiatus after this and enjoy life. You know, the most important thing in my life is my family and friends, and then the rest of it comes behind it. And golf is I'm not a slave to it, and I enjoy it. So it's just a nice thing to do with your friends.
Cool. Now, Tico, we've heard you talk about golf, but now we need to put those words into action, okay? Because I brought along my own mini St Andrews here behind us. You probably noticed. So I'm going to get you, if you won't mind, to have a little shot. See if you can do a hole in one. Now, if you get it right, I will award you with an imaginary green jacket, okay?
Great, and if I get it wrong, I don't get the
if you
green
miss,
jacket.
then it will be back in the glass box for you, Tico.
Okay.
Okay? For the
right.
next 2 world tours.
Well, it's a little tight here. It's cramping my style.